Hello everybody, this is Howard the Teaserking coming to you with week 4 of the NFL. Hit 2 locks last week, the over in the Pitt game and the over in the Kansas City game. It just fell that way. I'm looking at over teams and under teams. Then there's always the teams in the middle that you don't know what they are. And when 2 over teams lock up or 2 under teams, I had the under in the Bears-Arizona game. I was going to lock it. I didn't. But I did lock the Kansas City over, and I locked the Pittsburgh over. So it was just, as it should have been. And that's what you're really looking for, are those good matchups. I'm going to give you one game for sure. I might give you a second, or I'm going to talk about a second. Let's go look at this game. Baltimore plays Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's laying 3, over under 48. The trend here is take Baltimore. The dog is 13-2, 21-4 for the last 25. It's a weird trend because Baltimore is 13-1 in Pitt, and Pitt's 13-1 in Pitt, which means every game's close in Pitt. There's in Pitt and there's in Baltimore. Well, in Pitt tends to play a closer game. Pitt's explosive, but their defense is terrible. Baltimore, we're still searching for. Their defense looks okay. Their quarterback, Flacco, looks a little better. They bring in Lamar Jackson to run a little bit. That's fine. I'm not a Lamar Jackson quarterback fan as dropping back and throwing, but I do like him running the ball. That's about what his purpose would be. So let's look at the numbers. Well, my first look, Baltimore scores 32, gives up 17 a game. So they're scoring more than normal, and they're a plus 15 there. When I look at Pittsburgh, they score 29, but they're giving up 32. So they're a -3, but their defense is very weak. And when you have a team like this, it's hard, when they're favored, it's hard because the other team's going to score. And the other team could easily win or keep it close. Pittsburgh doesn't have the defense to blow them out. Look at Tampa. They gave their best effort, and they're up 30-10, and it ends 30-27 or something. So they win by 3 because Tampa's coming on. And that's my point about the weak defense of Pittsburgh. So, you could play it over probably also. The over-under is 48, which seems low. If we look at the quarterbacks, well, we look at the offense. Roethlisberger throws for 390 a game. They get 490 in offense. Flacco's thrown for 300, and he's 86 yards and 391 total. So you got a very live dog here. Baltimore gives up 17 a game, which is, the Rams are 12 before yesterday, and that's what you look at. And Pittsburgh's near the bottom at 32. Only New Orleans is worse. So usually the defense, if you got a good quarterback and a good defense, that's a good dog. They're well coached. If I look at the trends, I told you the head-to-head trends. It's dog city. Baltimore 13-2 is the dog, and the dog's 21-4 in the series, 8-0 the last 8. And when I look at the other trends, Baltimore is 5-0 as a road dog. This is 17 and a few weeks of 18. 3-2 against. Pitt's 5-4 as a home favorite, on and against. If I go back to 16, Baltimore 10-1 as a road dog, 9-2 bet against. So they play close games, but they cover on the road. They don't get blown out, is what that's saying. Pitt's 12-5 as a home favorite, 10-7 against. And if we go back to 15, Baltimore 15-1 as a road dog, 13-3 against. Pitt 17-6, 74% as a home favorite, 13-10 against. You have a team that's 15-1 as a road dog, and you know how I love these stats. It's exactly what you're looking for. in that. Let's look at the quarterbacks, which we already know. Roethlisberger. Here's the problem. He's got. Oh wait, I don't have the Tampa game in here. So he's throwing for 393 yards, but he had 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I didn't add the stats in on Monday night yet. I tend to do the week on Sunday night, and then the Monday night game I just put in my head. So obviously he's better than 4 and 3, but he's still throwing a lot of interceptions for him, and they seem to be one-dimensional. Where Baltimore, if we look at Joe Flacco, now this is through 3 games, he's throwing for 296. He's got 6 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. That's what I like looking for. Your leader's Mahone with 13 and touchdowns, no interceptions. Drew Brees, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions. Phillip Rivers, 8 touchdowns and 1 interception. And A-Rod Rodgers, 6 touchdowns and no interceptions. And even Fitzpatrick, well, he's 8-1, but again, without the Monday night. And this is what you look at. Tom Brady, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but only 214 yards a game, and that is based on his receivers not being there. Now, a quick eye opener. Let's look at the Mr. Sam Darnold with the Jets. Oh, he's such a winner. Throws for 233 yards a game, 3 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. This is the problem with the young ones. Too many interceptions, and it ruins games. So that's the problem. And then Josh Allen, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now he's new, so let's get it. Bradford, he's already got 4 interceptions. He's got 2 touchdowns. Oh, that's Bradford. Josh Rosen, okay, he's going to start. He'll throw his picks. It's the problem with these young guys. They'll throw their picks. Here's Tennessee's problem. Marcus Mariota, 100 yards a game and 2 interceptions. A pro quarterback can't throw for more than 100 yards. This is Tennessee. Now this is what makes teams over and under, right? When you got Patrick Mahomes throwing 13 touchdowns, KC's an over team. When you got Blake Bortles, well, he's not bad, 5-2. If you got Sam Darnold throwing 3 touchdowns and 5 picks, he's not generating points. They're an under team if they have a good defense. That's what you're looking for. Now the key to understanding everything is everybody's got last year locked in. New England, Philadelphia, they're the best. They're not the best. They were the best last year, not this year. The best teams this year are the Rams, and then Baltimore and Kansas City, and then it kind of falls off. We're waiting for Philly. We're waiting for New Orleans. They just score a lot. Well, New Orleans scores a lot. Seattle, we're waiting for their defense. See, there's a lot of waiting. We're waiting for the Giants, how they're going to fix with Barkley. Pittsburgh gives up too many points. Denver, I don't know. They give up 23 a game. They don't have that defense. The Chargers, their defense is weak until they get everybody back. Dallas scores 14 a game. What are you going to do with them? So this is the problem you have. This is why I do what I do in the manner I do it. I don't care what happened last year. I only care about this year. You've got new draft picks. You've got new quarterbacks. You've got new coordinators. God knows. There's 7 new freaking coaches. I mean, between quarterbacks and coaches, you don't have enough info to play. So you got to go to Drew Brees and you go to Aaron Rodgers. Even Tom Brady, you can't really go to yet because of the receivers. Now, they got Josh Gordon. If he plays, that'll help them. They need help. Next week, they get Woodhead back or Amendola, whichever guy, and that'll help. Right now, he just doesn't have good receivers. And that leads me to my second game, which is New England and Miami. New England and the favorite are 10-1 the last 11 in New England. Here's another theory I use. Miami's 3-0, New England's 1-2. The game's in New England. Miami's going to come in complacent because they're 3-0 and they're really not that good. They beat Tennessee and crap teams. And then here comes here comes New England, who is the champ of champs for 20 years, aka Tom Brady running the team. And they're 1-2, and they played like crap against the Lions. If you think New England at home will not beat Miami, a team they've owned 10-1 the last 11, and if I had the stats, I could probably go back for all of Tom Brady's years, and he's probably 20-1 against Miami. This is what you're looking for, but it's hard to bet New England. But this is do or die for. If they go down 1-3 and Miami's 4-0, it's all over for New England. They will not win the division. They will not make the playoffs, and they won't go to the Super Bowl, which is all the goal, which is why Brady's still there. So you must understand that this is critical, must win upon must win upon must win. Believe me, their week of practice was living hell after the way they looked against the Lions. Their defense is still decent, and okay, the Lions ran a little bit on them, couldn't score that much on them. But what happened to Brady, I just can't even. I mean, it's not like the Lions pressured him. He didn't, he got sacked twice because he had the ball for 15 seconds, couldn't find a receiver open, and that's the problem. He doesn't have very good receivers. You got Gronk, so you double team him, and you got, that's why they see New England. They got rid of Cooks, which they needed. They got rid of somebody else. They got rid of a running back. It's like, dudes, you can't. It's not puzzle pieces. I can't throw one out and get a new one, and it's the same skill set. If I got rid of Brady and I brought in, Blaine Gabbert, you think you're going to have the same success? Are you kidding me? It's not plug and play. It's not that. So what you've got to do is get them some receivers, which that's why they got Josh Gordon, but they shouldn't have let Cooks go. So anyway, that's kind of a second game, but I know they've got the problem with the receivers. But if New England loses this game, their season's over. Champions do not lose this game at home against the team they own. Take New England minus the half, minus the 1. I got 7, 6.5 I've seen. Lay the half, it won't matter. If New England, they have the heart of a champion, Brady will not let them lose this game. Now, it ain't going to be pretty because they don't have the receivers. You just don't have the weapons. There's not a lot you can do. All I'm saying is this is a game they must win or their season's over at home in New England and Green Bay and the 70 Steelers and the 80 Niners and the 80 Bears and the 80 Giants and the 90 Cowboys would never lose this game when they must win. When Emmitt Smith held out and Dallas lost the first 2 games, they killed the third week. There's no way New England's losing this game without a fight. I don't know if they have enough with the receivers to win it because they're such a passing team, but this will be maximum effort. This is do or die for New England, and I see New England winning this game. So it's not, I can't lock the game. I would normally lock this type of game. They're home against Miami off of a terrible loss on Monday night in a must-win game. Check, 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 check. The only problem is when you look at the players, you go, Brady, yep. Receivers, nobody. Gronk, yes. Their defense, Miami's not good, and they're not good on the road, and they're not good in New England. So it's worth a play. Take New England minus the half. It's just without, if Josh Gordon plays, I would definitely step it up a few units. But at this point, until we see what happens, he just doesn't have the weapons. But I think he's got enough, and I think they have the drive. And I think since Miami is 3-0, they're actually going to come in flat because they're not like, ooh, we have to win. In the art of war, the army that wins is the ones with their backs against the wall who have nothing to lose, always wins the war. And that's what you have here. Miami has no incentive. Yeah, they want to beat New England, big deal. They're 3-0. They're feeling good about it. We're going to New England. And they know, we always lose there, but you know what? We can afford to lose. New England, has fire in their eyes saying, we have to win this game. There's no way we can lose this game. And you're not laying any points. You tease it down to a half. There's no points. So there's your teaser. Baltimore +9 in a series that the dog rules a better defense than Pitt. They will definitely be able to stay with them. They've been playing well. New England in a must-win, have-to-win game. Absolutely will give you their best effort. Will it be enough? I don't know. I'm praying it will, and I'm praying that Miami doesn't need it. New England has to have it. Team that has to have it. I mean, if Buffalo can beat Minnie, New England can beat Miami at home. Take New England. All right, everybody. I got 2 locks going Saturday in college. I got a huge lock going. I love it as much as I love the Ram lock yesterday. I love that Ram lock, so I knew that was going to win, and I had them in 2 teasers. And the lock going on Sunday, I absolutely, when I saw it, I have customers, and I'll say in my commentary, you know, I love the game. And I'll say, I feel the game. And the difference is, when I feel the game, it's the subconscious going, that game's going to win. Now, I don't get that feeling all the time. I wish I did. I would never lose. But when I do get that feeling, those games do not lose very, very often. And I'm probably at least 95% when I feel the game, when I look at it and go, that game, that's it, boom. I got that feeling with the Rams yesterday, and I got that feeling with the Sunday lock. That game will not lose. It's a perfect pick. It just jumped out at me going, that's it. That's perfect. Perfect game. That's my Sunday lock. So, yeah, you missed the Rams if you haven't bought by now, but you definitely want to buy Saturday where you get the Saturday locks with the Sunday. I got a Saturday Sunday lock. I mean, but that's that strong lock. There's a strong college lock that I have also, but that's this very strong lock. The college lock with the pro lock. It's huge. I feel both games. So anyway, www.teaserking.com. Please feel free to email me. If you want me to pick games for you, $35 advisory fee. If you're already a customer, I'll pick any game you want at no cost because you're already a loyal customer. So anyway, have a great weekend. Enjoy the games, and again, 3 locks going, and a lot of strong plays on Sunday, and you've got this one here. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Thank you.